Learning to train your dog can be super exciting and rewarding. What's going on, guys? It's Ryan here with Tactical Treats Dog Training, and today we're going over 5 things you should know before you start training your dog. Let's get to it. We're starting off our list today with communication. Communication is the most important part of dog training. Having your dog actually understand what you're asking them to do makes all the difference in the world. Now, when I say communication, I do not mean talking to your dog. Your dog doesn't understand English and doesn't even understand the command you're asking him to do at the beginning of this. So how do we communicate with our dogs effectively? Well, one of the most common and most important things you need to learn when you start training your dog is how to effectively apply leash pressure. Communicating with your dog through your leash is going to get you faster results, it's going to get you better results, and your dog is going to understand more of what you're asking them to do. Food luring is another great form of communication with our dog. By working our dog into the position that we want, we are effectively communicating and showing with them what we're asking them to do. Once they understand that behavior with food luring, we can start attaching a verbal command to that position, and that's how your dog will start understanding what we're asking. Using body language is another form of communication with our dog. Dogs have opposition reflex. So for example, if we're trying to get our dog to sit and we move our body closer to our dog and have their head move up to look at us, that's going to make your dog more inclined to sit. This is a form of communication that is super effective, especially when teaching basic obedience commands. Finally, once we get to the point of giving a verbal command, we need to keep in mind that our tone of voice is going to convey more than the actual word itself. For example, if I'm correcting a dog for not listening to my command and I'm saying no, I'm going to say that in a super stern and deep voice. On the other hand, if I'm rewarding a dog for a good behavior, my voice is going to get super high and energetic. So I want you guys to keep that in mind while you're practicing different commands and different behaviors. Your dog is going to respond more to the tone of your voice and the pitch of your voice than they are the actual word itself. So the next thing you need to know before training your dog is you need to know how to understand your dog's behavior. Now, dogs display a wide variety of different behaviors for different reasons throughout the day and throughout the training process. Keep an eye on your dog's behavior. Start understanding what a behavior is and why they're doing it as you practice training with it. The better you understand their behavior and their little tics, the more success you're going to have during the training session. Now, the third thing you need to know before you start training your dog is you need to understand commitment and consistency. Now, being committed and consistent with the training process is going to make all the difference in the world when you start training your dog. If you are committed to the process, it's going to keep your dog committed, and if you're consistent, you're going to start seeing results. Too many people nowadays want instant gratification when they're training their dog. This isn't always the case. Dogs, just like people, are going to learn at different speeds. So stay committed, stay consistent, and you're eventually going to get the results you want. The fourth thing you need to know before training your dog is you need to understand patience. Patience is invaluable when training your dog. It's easy to get frustrated when we're asking our dog to do a command that we think is so simple. But just like us trying something new, your dog isn't going to be great or perfect at the command the first time you start working on it. If you become frustrated, that frustration is going to run down the leash. Your dog's going to understand that you're frustrated, and neither one of you are going to perform very well in that training session. So go into every training session with the mindset that you're going to be patient and that you're not going to try to rush things. Now, the fifth and final thing I want you guys to know before you start training your dog is to remember to have fun. Having a dog and training your dog should always be fun. It should be an enjoyable time. If you're not having fun while training your dog, you need to stop training for the day, come back another time, and enjoy the training session and enjoy building a bond with your dog. That's something we preach to all of our clients, every single one that comes in here. If training your dog is not fun and being around your dog is not fun, that training session is going to get you nowhere. If you go over these 5 things I listed before you start training your dog and you make sure you understand them, you are going to have such a higher chance of success in your training routine with your dog. Now, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like it, please subscribe, drop a like down in the like button, comment if you have any questions or concerns. It really helps us out and helps us bring more content to you guys. We plan on bringing more videos out shortly. Thank you so much, guys, and remember, never stop training.